There you are. It is Wednesday, and we're so tickled to have you. Welcome, welcome. I'm Lady Lou, the baby boomer babe, and I'm here on our daily Reset for Success show. And we're so happy you're here too. My co host is, of course, Marian LaSalle. Say hello, Marian.
Hello, Marian.
She does that too often. I love it though. Shows we have a sense of humor because we love to laugh on our show. And I hope you enjoy it too. So, Marian, I'm going to let you bring us in as to what we're going to talk about today. I'm anxious to get started.
Anxious, eager, happy, feeling really, really good. Um, we live here in the Houston area, and I say Houston area, that's a pretty big area. It goes all the way,
Hours to
I,
drive
I
across.
heard I heard the other day someone said we have 7 million people that live here. Now we don't all live in downtown area, okay? We're spread out. Even Nassau, which is it's like 20 miles away. That's considered Houston. So anyway, it's a pretty big area, and we are moving into our summer area, our summertime now, which
Yeah.
means as soon as you step outside, you feel the humidity and the heat, and it's like, oh, so you have to change how you handle yourself. So if you don't have an air conditioner, you better get one.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah. If you need a dehumidifier because of breathing, then you need to go and get that. You need to change the way you handle yourself, your clothing. I took all my winter clothes and I put them in my closet now. My robe that I like to wear in the wintertime that's just all huggy and comfortable and warm, it's in the closet, in the other closet now, because I have to change the way I think about what I'm going to be wearing and how I'm going to be handling myself around the house. How about you, Lady Lou?
Oh, I haven't done my closet yet. That's on my agenda because we just can't wear our heavy clothes. Who's this? Christy.
Hi, Christy Ruiz. How you doing, honey? Good to see you here.
Hey, thank you, Christy. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to summer. I never do, but I'm really lucky that I live out here in the country. I have breezes and I have lots and lots of shade trees. So being outside, especially between like 8 and 12, it's not that bad if there's a breeze. And some days there aren't, and then it's pretty stuffy. But the late afternoon, from 1 o'clock on till about 5 o'clock, I'm in the house, and it's because I'm taking care of myself. And then in the afternoon, 5:30 on, a lot of times go out and water my plants, putter around in the yard, play with my kitty, play with my nephew's dogs, because it's nicer at that time of day. So we have to get it in our mind how to take care of ourselves so that we can survive summertime. So,
So today we're talking about change and how change can be good.
oh yeah,
And Christy says you're so lucky to live out there in the woods.
I am.
She calls it her farmette. Isn't that cute? Yeah. I think you should get some chickens and some things that run around the yard. What do you think?
We'd love to, but I'm afraid the dogs would kill them.
Well, you have to train them not to. That's for
I
sure.
know, I know.
So yeah, we were going to talk about change, and I'll tell you one of the reasons why. Lady Lou and I are older. Okay, we're past the 60 age, and so we have to think about, okay, what are we going to do the rest of the time that we're here? So you have these different areas of your life, right? And when you start thinking about what you're going to do, how you're going to bring in money, where you're going to live, all that changes
Oh,
as you get older. I'm not worried about that anymore. My career and all that stuff, I don't have to worry about that anymore. What do I have to worry about? Well, not worry, but what do I have to think about for the last portion of my life? That sounds so terrible, but it doesn't feel terrible, okay?
no.
So I was thinking, Marian, look in the mirror and tell me, hi, Marian, tell me what you want to change, because it's now or never for me. Okay, you better do it now. So unless I come back, and live another life, I have this one right now. So I was thinking, okay, my eating habits. I'm not trying to seduce a man into marriage. I'm not trying to get on television. I don't have any reason to restrict my eating except for my health. Oh,
Oh,
gosh, I better think about that, huh? So anyway, that was one of the things I thought I would really like to change for the better is my eating habits. Thinking about what I put in my mouth and swallow is going to be very important in the next 20 to 30, 40 years, however long I live, right? So that was one of the main things that I wanted to change. Another thing I want to change, and then we're going to ask Lady Lou what she wants to change, is my ability to move around. So I'm going to get a camper van.
yes.
And I'm going to be moving around where I want to go. As long as they have good, strong internet, I'm going to be able to handle it. So my daughter lives in Michigan, and so I want to spend the summer in Michigan. Like I said, right now, we know it's summer. Okay, we walk outside and it's like, okay, there's like a switch.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
All right. And so those are two major things that I would like to do. I'd like to think about what I can do to change my eating and what I could do to change my ability to get around. And I don't mean like walking. I mean like physically moving around without having to stay at my daughter's house. Of course, she said I could. She's like, Mom, don't wait. Just come on. We have a big house. But I really want to. I want to have a camper van and have everything all there and ready for me to go.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to move on to Lady Lou here in a minute, but we have some people in the audience who are saying some stuff. So let's see what's going on. So Christy says happiness, joy, service. That's what she's thinking about.
Oh, I love it.
And she says make only small adaptations for your diet. Okay, that may or may not work. We'll see. And she says, yes, on the camper van. Thank you, Christy. I need people to see that for me. Because
It is. It's there.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're not cheap, So
No.
I was thinking about getting a sponsor. I could put the sponsor's name on the side of the van and drive down the road and give them exposure. So if you know anybody who wants to sponsor me, let me know.
Yes, I love that. Oh my gosh, Marian, when you talk about change, it just brings up so much. And I loved your meme. So if you folks haven't seen the meme, or thumbnail, I should say, for the Facebook page, it's the word CHAN, and then there's two little letters above it, a C or a G for change or chance. And that opened a whole can of worms for me. Thank you for doing that, Marian. She's the best with the thumbnails. I just love them. Go back and look at some of them on YouTube. They're wonderful. It's under Marian LaSalle, Natural Curiosity. All of a sudden, anyway, the meme, the little thumbnails are just marvelous. But is change taking a chance, or is taking a chance going to lead to change? When you think about that, you say, either way, it's important.
Guess what, Lady Lou?
What?
Hold on a second here.
Okay.
Hold on. Oop.
It could be a chance.
Did you see it?
I did. It was perfect. I love those things you make for the thumbnails. They're just precious. But I like to take a chance. Marian and I took a chance starting this show. We started way back in December, long before the coronavirus was on the horizon. So we've been working from home since December, the end of December. And it has turned into an absolutely marvelous time for us. We look forward to it. Hey, yeah, we got to get dressed and made up and all that stuff, but it's never a problem. I've got it down to 15 minutes now. But
So
it's a chance to get on here and
I
see
love that.
you
I love that.
and to help
Karen,
you. Uh-huh. Oh,
Karen says, yes, it's hot, but a daily walk with yourself, pets or others, is this in your chance to change?
ooh,
Yes, it is, Karen. I literally could get up because I get up very early. I get up before the sun rises. I could literally feed my dog, let her go outside, put the coffee on, and then go take a walk. I mean, even a 30-minute walk every day would be fine as long as it's not pouring down rain. I could do that. And I brought paper and pen today because I knew that somebody would come up with something to help me change. Thank you very much, Karen. I'm writing it down. 30-minute walk every day.
every day.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh, Karen is so wise, and we so appreciate her coming on so often. If you would like to come on, it's so easy. In the description, either on well, it's on Facebook because they're the ones who restrict your privacy, which is good. There's a link. All you have to do is click on it, and then there's one more little button so that you allow Facebook to allow your face to be shown when you come over here to make a comment. And we'd love to have your comments and your questions. This makes it more fun for all of us when we have this interaction. So thank you again, Karen. We appreciate you so much. But anyway, chance or change. I love both.
Take
What
a chance on change.
Yes, because the chance will lead to something bigger.
All right, now it's your turn. What do you want to change?
Oh, well, I have a similar thing in the eating habits because living alone out here in the country all by myself, it's a little tougher because I can't jump in the car and run down to a grocery store or go over and not or go to a restaurant. Not that we can do that anymore, but even when I could do it, I didn't always do it. I don't like to eat alone. You know what I mean? So I would not go out very often. Maybe once a month I'd stop. I'll tell you my secret. I love Whataburger's chicken tenders. But I do it maybe once a month. And it's my treat to me. We can't just restrict ourselves. We have to have a little bit of leeway. But my exercise has not been up to par lately because I've been too busy with our show. And I don't want
to blame it on the show.
I'm
Okay.
blaming it on the show
all right.
because I'm at the computer quite a bit and I've got so much I want to do outside. So we're tapering back on how many guests we have every week so that it'll give me more time to be out in my yard working with my moringa plants. They're suffering. They need to be repotted and all that kind of good stuff that I love. So there's my changes, the eating habits, because I sometimes get the wrong foods. And what did Karen say?
The Monopoly game landing on chance. Perhaps create a game out of what you're trying to change.
Oh. Hey, that's a new game we could create, Marian. The
Now,
Daily Reset for Success Chance book or whatever.
You know what, Lady Lou? Your description of what it was that you wanted to change was not clear at all. And I don't think you can change anything unless you have clarity around it. So can you put it in very succinct, this is what I want to change?
I want to change the fact that I sit too much in this computer chair in particular. I very rarely get to sit in my recliner and watch television during the day. I just don't do it. Haven't done it for years. I watch television when I go to bed at night, well, 10, 12 o'clock, whenever. And by then I'm asleep before it's over.
Okay, you're doing it again.
I'm doing it again. But I just get up out of this chair and move and get outside.
Okay, more movement. You want to change. You want to go from sitting so much into more movement. Okay,
there you go.
So write that down.
Yep.
As something that you want to change.
I got it.
Now, I said I wanted to do the same thing, and I said I commit to 30 minutes of walking every day. What are you going to commit to?
I'm going to commit to 2 hours of working in my yard. At least
2 hours?
five. Yeah, I can't get anything done unless it's a couple of hours.
Oh my
30
God.
minutes, I can't even water my plants in 30 minutes.
Okay, we've got two more messages here.
Okay.
Christy says she loves moringa.
Love it too.
And, Lady Lou gave me powdered moringa, and so I scoop it out and put it in my shakes. That's
Yeah.
great. Okay, so we also have Karen who says daily stretches in the morning before you start your day. Stretch your arms, your legs to move. Thank you, Karen. So you could maybe do that as you're getting out of bed, Lady Lou. Does that sound like something that, yeah?
Well, I probably wouldn't do it when I first get out of bed because I move pretty slow. I'd have to get myself going a little bit before I would do that. But within 30 minutes, of course, I could do that because I got to feed the kitty and let him out and all that. But I could do that afterward. Maybe even just stand out on the back porch and do my stretching while the kitty's nosing around because he loves to go out.
Karen says do it before your walk or anything outside.
Oh, yeah.
And Christy says we could try Qigong.
Qigong.
And Karen says you can even do it in bed before you even get out of your bed. You can stretch.
Well, I don't. Usually when I wake up, I got to get up and go tinkle. That's it. First things first,
So one more here. Peggy says, okay, I feel that to help make changes, it's good to write it down so you can look at it daily. Lady Lou, you can eat with people on a Zoom meeting with friends.
We've done that, Marian and I.
Have lunch together. Okay, so this brings us to something that we wanted to talk about today. We are hosting a brand new class called Scripting the Life You Want. And we haven't even started the book yet, and I'm already starting to script it out. That's why I said get a piece of paper, start writing down, because we can talk about it all day long, but we're not going to change anything unless we actually do the action, right?
Yes.
And so I think Peggy is right. We need to start writing down our commitments to ourselves, our commitments to others, and really thinking about what it is we want to change. If you don't really want to change, then you're going to make excuses. You're going to say, well, not because of this, or no, I can't because of that. Instead of saying, hey, I'm committing to this. What can I do to make that happen? Right?
Make steps out of it if you have to. I'm very logical. I have to make steps.
Okay, so here's the deal. I'm going to be putting it on Eventbrite. We're not going to charge anything for this class, and it's going to be group participation. I'm, of course, going to be the leader because you know what Marian does. She starts groups. I can't help it. But I'm not in charge, okay? We're going by the book. Royce Christensen wrote the book. Wait till you get involved in it. You're going to see that he has done the research and he knows what he's talking about. He's got proof, and there's interviews all over the internet, YouTube, podcast. Just go check it out. Go to his website. And if you want to join us, then you need to let us know, because I'm going to put you into the list that goes out on Eventbrite. So how do you do that? There's comments. If you're on Facebook, put a comment in. If you're on YouTube, put a comment in. Now, I already have Peg and Karen already registered and ready to go.
Me too.
Louise is there. And of course, I'm there. We haven't set a date or a time yet, but it's going to happen. I'm scripting this part of my life. I really want the change. Now,
what's the name of the book again?
Scripting the Life You Want.
Yes.
And Christy says yes, she wants to be in there. Okay, all right.
Well, Marian has already ordered the book, and she got it from Amazon in one day.
Yes, I did. I suggest you get the book, but you don't have to. We will be going through it, and we'll take turns reading chapters or reading, sections and things like that. So if you get the book, that's great. But there's a lot of exercises in it, and we're going to really do this. I love change. So let's talk about why change is so good for us.
Okay.
I love change. I know that people resist change, but a lot of people look at me and they go, wow, Mary, you're always doing something new. You're always, I seem to, thrive on change.
Me too.
Didn't always.
Oh,
It used to be that I would fear change because of the unknown.
yeah.
How about you? You
Well,
ever,
I've done the same.
and how about you out there?
Oh, yeah.
Have you never thought about why you don't like change? Have you ever, tried to figure out, oh, well, what if I change and something bad happens? I mean, there's a lot of fear that comes up when you talk about change sometimes.
Yeah.
I did find an author, Alan Carl, Allan, Carl, Karl, wrote a blog about 20 reasons why change is good. So we're just going to talk about a few. The first one he talks about, without change, things stay the same and ultimately will stagnate and die. Now, what happens when things stagnate?
Oh,
Not good, is it?
no.
Like, think about a pond. If you don't have a flow of water moving around, things happening, what happens to a pond?
It it really dies because of the scum and the stagnation, and the water's no longer live. Fish can't even live in it.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, who wants that in your backyard?
Or in you,
Right.
right? And that's what he's talking about. If we completely stay the same and nothing changes, then it can't be good for you or your body. That's why you got to move around. Most people are afraid of change because it forces them outside their comfort zone.
Oh
But
boy.
you know what? You can go there. It's not that uncomfortable, right?
Oh,
And you can have
oh.
help. You can reach out to your friends and say, I really want to change this. How can you help me? Is there anything you can do to help me, guide me, talk to me?
Yeah, and I would suggest friends, not family. Family's always there to protect you, and you've been there, haven't you, Marian? Oh, now don't do that. Well,
Uh-huh.
yes, do that, but get a friend to help you, or call us. Hey, we're available. We're here to help you too, and keep
That's right.
watching our show.
That's right.
And Karen said,
Karen,
"What?
sometimes change is forced upon you whether you want it or expect it. It happens in how we adapt, good or bad. That's true. As things
Amen.
start changing, we can look at them as bad or as a lesson or something that is better for us than we think. It is about the mind, the mindset.
It is.
Hmm.
It all starts between your ears."
Yeah. And I remember thinking about this thing that we're doing here, daily reset for success. When it came to my mind, and I said, I want to reset because sometimes I get stuck in the muck, and it lasts for days, weeks, sometimes years, and I thought, what a better way to do that than to gather my friends around and let's talk about it, let's reset, and let's do it every day because sometimes we need that. And to me, it's just a gift. So let's look at change as a gift, no matter what it is,
Oh yeah.
right? Because it can be bad. Sometimes it feels really bad. Sometimes it can be sad. But a year later, don't you always think to yourself, wow, if that wouldn't have happened, I
This
wonder where
would
I'd be today.
Yeah, this would have happened, wouldn't have happened. Like, for instance, when my husband died, for a year, I stagnated literally for a year in my house. And when I finally came down to it, and I had my little talk with God. Either I can die and I'm not sick, I'm just lonely, or I can get my life back. Within a week, I found a networking meeting to go to, changed my life totally. I became the queen of networking in Houston. I never would have dreamed of any such thing. Never. So they come out of left field, and then you can see, oh, if this hadn't happened, I wouldn't be here.
That's
Right,
true.
Marian?
That's very true. And did you know it takes more energy and effort to resist change than it does to just accept it? Really, when you think about when you resist and you resist and you resist, it's really hard and you have, and then when you say, all right, whatever, all of a sudden it's like, oh, I
Oh,
just lifted that off my back. It feels much better now.
take a deep breath and plow through it. Just keep on moving. That's the key. You got to take the action, like Joe Vitale has always told us in his books and his lectures and his classes. It takes action. Without action, works are dead. I
I
think I
love your
read that
blouse,
somewhere.
Lady Lou.
I
That is,
read that somewhere. It's not my quote, but without action, works are dead.
I love your blouse.
Oh,
That's so beautiful.
thank
Yeah, it's
you.
so pretty. It looks
Thank
so
you.
good on you.
I
Yeah.
love those things. Color. I have to have color. And you matched us pretty close.
So Karen says growth and change. You both have changed in the shows that put you out there. She has noticed that you and I have changed. How
Yes.
about that?
Thank you, Karen, for noticing.
Mm-hmm.
Because we want to get better in our own being, not just what we present here to you. Because I'm sorry, what you see is what you get, right, Mary? This is who we are. We're not putting on airs. We're just as goofy and silly and fun loving and trying to do better in our lives as everybody else. We can't talk because we have to live what we're doing, and we are, and it's
Yeah,
fun. It's
yeah,
fun.
yeah, it's fun. Alan, the one I was telling you about that wrote a blog,
Yeah.
this is an interesting one. He says, since most of us will resist change, the successful people will use that fact to their advantage.
Okay.
How about that one?
Listen up.
I like that.
And we've all got things in our lives that we want to be successful at, whether it's making the bed correctly or walking the dog and having fun, or if it's washing the dishes and having the sink look so pretty. That's one of my joys is when I get my kitchen clean. It looks so good, but it took effort and action. Everything in life does. So if you're sitting in that rocking chair wondering what life passed you by, stop it.
Oh,
You've
yeah.
heard our story about Bob
You
Newhart.
know, you need to find that link so we can
Oh,
put it in. People have, you can't imagine, unless you've seen that, you can't imagine how weird it is, okay?
I'll find it and put it in the comments in a little bit after our
It's
show.
it's the most amazing thing I've ever seen, literally, and I've seen a lot. My eyes have seen a lot in the years I've been here.
Oh, I tell you.
Let's see what else this man has to say. He
Okay.
says, oh, here he's talking about the weather. The weather will change, so don't worry about it and stop talking about it. And he says, when we change, we adapt and move forward. When we don't, we move backward. Ooh. No one wants to go backward. And sometimes we do go backward, but then it seems to propel us to move forward. So it's okay to move backward once in a while, but I think if you really want to change for the better, that you can make leaps and then rest.
That's it.
Maybe not go backward, just rest and then go forward again.
I love it. And it feels good when you go forward. Trust me.
Oh, Peggy says she's got a movie called Jim. Watch the movie with Jim Carrey, Yes Man. It's silly and funny, and he says yes to everything, and his whole life changes. So many times people are lazy and say no to new experiences. Say yes, says Peggy. Thank you.
Yes.
Now, I did write. I read the book called The Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes, and it literally changed my life. I think that's where this came from, this idea to do daily reset, because if you remember, I read that book. I don't like to read. My eyes move like this, and it makes me very tired. So I like to listen to audiobooks. So I listened to her book called The Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes, and she's the lady that writes all the great scripts for the television shows like Grey's Anatomy. She's fantastic. I highly recommend that. So watch that movie, The Yes Man, read the book or listen to the audiobook about A Year of Yes, because she used to say no to everything, and then she said, for 1 year I'm going to say yes to everything. And it completely changed her life. And this is not a movie, this is real life. It was really good. Oh my God, we're out of time already?
I know. Tell
What
them to
the
say
heck?
yes. Tell them to say yes to our audience to say yes to this scripting your life class that you're starting. Go through that real quick before we have to leave, Marian.
What do you mean?
The class that you're putting together, the
Tell
script
them
your
what?
life. Well, tell them again that they
Oh,
can
tell them
join
again?
us. Yeah, that they
Oh,
can
okay.
join.
You're invited to join us for a class that we're going to have where we're going to go through a book page by page and we're going to script the life that we want. I highly recommend that you go and watch his, go to Royce Kristen, and I'll put it in the link down here. Go to his website. You can see some of the interviews that he's done in the past. Buy his book or just follow along with us. But you're invited to join us if you really want to change.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming today. We're here a lot. We're doing live streams as often as we can, and we love it when you're here and you're included in everything that we're doing. Thank you,
Yes.
Lady Lou, for all your work, effort, and showing up, just showing up. And I love you.
I
Thanks.
love you. Thank you. We love you all. Bye.
Bye for now. We'll be back.